Hi, you're welcome to Success Tips. In this video today, we will be discussing about grooming yourself. In a world filled with tension due to uncertainties, fight for attention, unhealthy competition, and struggle for success, it is paramount to acknowledge that how easy it is for you to navigate through life depends on the extent to which you groom yourself. When I say grooming yourself, I mean you preparing yourself for greatness. We live in a world today where everyone wants to be an important personality, okay? Everybody wants to be a great person, okay? But that can only be possible if you groom yourself to reflect that reality. Now let's quickly dive down into the content, okay? How can one groom himself? How can one prepare himself or herself for greatness? There are three major things that we are going to be looking at, such that if you pay so much attention to them, then it's going to be very possible and easy for you to be able to groom yourself to greatness. The first thing we are going to be looking at is for you to start by changing your own perception about yourself. Start by seeing yourself as a person who is valuable. When you feel valued deep within yourself, then it's going to be very easy for you to, have enough motivation and strength to push through all the necessary steps, actions, decisions, and all other things that you need to be doing when it comes to, building yourself for greatness or grooming yourself, okay? Despite the challenges that may be coming up your way, despite the difficulties, despite the constraints that you are going to be facing during your own process of grooming yourself, if you have that feeling of value deep inside your own heart and your perception about yourself, feeling yourself to be a valuable person, then it's going to be of great motivation and strength for you as an individual. It is important for you to know that your journey to success have a lot of tedious activities. No matter the effort you are putting into it, no matter the stress you are passing through trying to groom yourself, as long as you are not successful, as long as you have not started yielding that fruit of success, people are going to ignore you. It's important for you to know that that is also part of the process of you grooming yourself. And we all know how discouraging it can be when people don't acknowledge your effort, when people don't acknowledge your strength. But if you have that value within yourself based on the perception of who you are to yourself, then that is going to help when it comes to the difficulties that you're going to be facing when it comes to grooming yourself. Let me reiterate on this golden principle. When you are not successful, nobody cares about your own struggles and effort. No one pays attention to whatever effort you put into building yourself. And that remains the reality until you start manifesting the fruits of success. Successful people get all the attention, but people who are not successful and people that are on the process of grooming themselves will never get any attention. And it is important you have that at the back of your mind and then tell yourself, okay, I am valuable, and then all the things that I'm working on, it's just a matter of time. Let me hang on for a little longer, and I am sure that whatever it is that I'm doing now is going to yield fruit of success in the nearby future, and people are going to give me all the attention that I've been craving for. It's always important you give yourself that affirmation every morning when you wake up. Let me tell you the fact. If you don't give yourself a perception of a valuable person, and then you focus more on, the perception that people have about you of you not having value at your current state, then the implication is going to be that you are going to get discouraged, and no matter how easy the task and the steps that are ahead of you, when it comes to grooming yourself, you are going not to get motivated to do them. At the worst extreme, it's even going to be very difficult for you to interact with people. It's going to be very difficult for you to network with people, and then before you know it, you're just going to be down, and then you know how it feels when you don't have that motivation. As such, it is very important for you to keep repeating this statement to yourself: even though no one cares about me, even though nobody sees the value that is deep inside of me because it have not manifested, but I know that I am carrying a lot of value, and I know it's just a matter of time. Whatever it is that I'm putting in my effort into it, then I know certainly one day all those people that are ignoring my effort, all those people that are not seeing the value in me, are going to see a real value manifesting, and then of course they are going to give me all the attention they have been denying me. I'm telling you this with all sincerity. That kind of mindset and perception about yourself will give you the strength and motivation that will help you to pass through even the most difficult moments of grooming yourself. It's also important for you to know that if you don't groom yourself, forget about success. If you don't groom yourself, forget about attention. If you don't groom yourself, forget about greatness. Okay, so whatever it is that you want to achieve in this life, it starts by you grooming yourself, and that is when you can be able to attain the height that you have always been craving for. And the only thing you can do if you want to push through, the process of grooming yourself, is to place value upon yourself. Even if no one values you, be the first person to place value upon yourself, and that will keep you alive as you journey through the wilderness of grooming yourself. Now, the second thing you need to be focusing on when you are grooming yourself is what you do with your own time. What you do with your own time matters. No matter how motivated you are, no matter how valuable you feel you are, you need to take tangible actions to manifest those value into reality. Your actions over time will be the determinant of where you end up in the future time. It's important to know that time can be very decisive, okay? While you feel you have lots of it, as the time keeps on ticking, you'll be thinking that you have all the luxury of time, at your own disposal, while you just go through entertainment, you go through comedy, you go through, jokes and things like that, thinking that you will have enough of that time until it is too late for you to even realize that your time is gone. Be conscious of the time you spend on entertainment and other enjoyable activities that have nothing to add to your own future, because those are the easiest way to waste all your time. Calculate and plan the time you need to allocate to grooming yourself, and then be obedient to those timings. You know what? You don't need to be a superhuman before greatness come your own way. All that is needed for you before greatness will come to you is for you to be obedient to the plans and the timings that is required for you to grow. And I tell you, it will surprise you what becomes of you at the end of the day. One of the major things that is common to successful people is that they account for every single second that passes by, okay? Whatever it is they do, they make sure they stand by their own plans, they stand by their own timings, irrespective of whether it's going to be convenient for their own leisure or not. All that matters to them is they stick to their own timing and their plans. And that is one of the things you need to be focusing on if you want to groom yourself. And then the last thing you need to do when grooming yourself is to forgive yourself of the past, and then also surround yourself with valuable people that are moving in your own direction. You may be having a flimsy past with a lot of regrets, but I tell you, you don't need to fake your life around all in the name of trying to cover up for that past. But instead, find books to study. Find people that you need to learn from. Reflect on your past and then make amendments in the present time. If your past was full of watching comedy and jokes online, replace it with videos that is going to add to your own destiny. Replace it with videos that are going to add to your own knowledge and understanding as long as your greatness is concerned. If your past was full of partying, replace it with going for seminars and valuable workshops. If your past was full of flocking around with people who have no goals and dreams to pursue, replace it by following people who have dreams, direction, and sense of humor towards pursuing their dreams and greatness. If your past was full of concern towards the negative perception that people have around you because you don't have a physical result, then replace it by giving a valuable perception about yourself. Replace it by telling yourself that yes, I have value in the nearby future, even if the value is not feasible and visible now, but in the nearby future, if I just hold on a little longer, then I'm going to radiate a lot of values out there. If your past was full of too much unnecessary visitation and hangouts, replace it by using that time to study relevant materials that will be useful towards grooming yourself. If your past was full of procrastination, replace it by taking actions when and where necessary. You can think of anything that contributed to creating your current nightmare. Forgive it, but then you need to make amendments and replace them with positive actions and steps that you need to take in order to groom yourself for greatness. And lastly, I want to tell you this. The only difference between you and the people you watch on TV and admire is the fact that they gave more than enough time and attention into grooming themselves. And I will want you to know that the same thing can happen to you if you can take this with all seriousness upon yourself and then reflect them. If only you can make use of the knowledge you've gotten from this video, then it's going to be a very thin line between you and greatness. I believe you have found value in this video. If this is your first time on this YouTube channel, I will want you to click on the subscribe button below and turn on the notification bell. And if you are a returning viewer, I would love to say thank you. I will need one favor from you. Please share this video with just one person. Thank you guys, and see you in another video. Bye.